together with Earle Sports Bets. Yeah, the twins, they be checking in. Stacking up green is the scene that you're stepping in. Winning is a trend, and we stay making dollars. Nerd talk with the sports bet scholars. Yeah. It's R.I.P. to the bookies. R.I.P. to the bookies. R.I.P. to the bookies. R.I.P. to the bookies.
We are live. Welcome back to another edition of the Earle Sports Bet Show. My name is Nicholas Earle. I'm joined here as always by my brother Tim. And today we have 8 games in the NHL, and we get a full MLB card. And then, Tim, at the end, we can get back into NBA with the play-in tournament today. We have the Lakers in New Orleans to take on the Pelicanos, and we have the Golden State Warriors taking on the Sacramento Kings. So we'll be getting into both of those games at the end of the show. But before we get into today's games, before we get into today's slate, we'll take a look back at yesterday. 1-1 right, 1-1 wrong in the world of sports betting. What a beautiful last couple of days it's been. Sunday was up 6.8 units. Yesterday, I followed up a 6.8 unit day with an 8 unit day. Smashed yesterday. I started off with a push on that 11 o'clock game. I'm glad I took the Red Sox first 5 and not full game. They fell apart in the 7th inning. They gave up 2 in the 7th, 2 in the 8th, 2 in the 9th, lose 6-0. Lost the double up with the Detroit Tigers first 5 in full game. They scored nothing. They had, I believe, the bases loaded with no out in the bottom of the 5th. I had an opportunity to at least push the first 5, and they didn't get anything there. San Francisco Giants minus 118 is a winner as the Miami Marlins blow a 3-0 lead last night. What a shame. Nashville, Pittsburgh over 6. I really couldn't get an empty net goal in either of those games last night. I'll get into the other game that I pushed an over 6 in, but over 6 push there. Pittsburgh wins 4-2, keeps their playoff hopes alive. They're going to need some help, but it keeps their playoffs hope alive. Playoff
Penguins
hopes
for the
alive.
cup?
Huh?
Penguins for the cup?
No. But they're trying to play they're trying to get into a spot to play the President's Trophy winners. So we'll see. The Islanders, minus 105, get the job done. They are in the playoffs. Cash the plus 200 for them to make the playoffs. And they get the Carolina Hurricanes again in the first round. And if you're wondering, minus 340 are the Carolina Hurricanes in the first round. Minus 340. See, when I was thinking about this, in my head, I had Carolina around minus 235, minus 240, and the Islanders around $2. That was the idea that I had for the pricing of that series. I did not have the Islanders at 280. I think that there's some value on them in that series, but I'll probably, once all the playoff series are set, I'll probably do a free pick video on looking at playoff series futures and stuff like that. Let's go, Buffalo. Plus 150. They end the season off with a dub. The over 6 pushes, and much to Tim's chagrin, or much to Tim's happiness, my bad, they fired Don Granato. See, here's the thing. I know a lot of people
That's the best thing they did all season.
See, here's the thing with Don Granato is, for what he was brought in to do, in my opinion, he did a good job. But hear me out on this one, Tim. I don't think he was really brought in to bring the team to the playoffs or anything like that. But what we've seen under Don Granato is the development of the young players. Tage Thompson had a career year last year. Jeff Skinner, after leaving Carolina and joining Buffalo and on that huge contract, had been nothing but a career fourth liner. All of a sudden is playing top line minutes and contributing well. Alex Tuck has adjusted perfectly to ball. Like, they have a good core, and under Don Granato, their young core developed pretty well. Now,
still a failure of a season.
Still a failure of a season. You got the emergence of Ukko-Pekka Luukkonen as a goalie one you can trust him and Levi going forward, I think. So I think there's more positives than negatives. Yes, the Buffalo Sabres missed the playoffs again. I'm aware of that. But this Buffalo Sabres was treading in the right direction, I think.
Yeah, we've been hearing that the past couple of years.
Yeah. Milwaukee minus 116. I was lucky to make a couple bucks off this game because I had the up 2 runs promo as well in this game. I put it on the Brewers, and when they went up 3-0, that bet paid out, which basically covered my losses for the actual game itself. So that was a loser. Atlanta and Houston over 10 was a loser. Atlanta tried to get there in the 9th by trying to do all the heavy lifting. They put up 4 in the 9th to make it 6-1. That was a loser, though. And then the end of my night was absolutely glorious. Won the last 5 games. Minnesota, money line plus 140 against the LA Kings. Kings punted. And the Kings, I think, would rather take their chances with the Vancouver Canucks than the Edmonton Oilers for the 3rd straight year. I would, too. I don't want to play the Oilers. I would rather play the Canucks. So,
Canucks.
Plus 126, never in doubt. They win in the 11th inning.
Who did?
Cubbies.
Oh.
And then one of my rather easier winners of the night, Seattle minus 1.
Yep.
At minus 102. Gets the job done. They win 9-3 over the Reds. And to end my night, an absolutely glorious game. And Tim Dad sent a picture last night. He jumped in on the team live as well at plus 375. Washington Nationals first 5 plus 270. Washington Nationals full game plus 290. They win 6-4. With minus 300 fade strikes again. Fading the Dodgers is now profitable this year. If you faded the Dodgers this year, you have an 8-11 record, which is 42.1%, but you're up 2.53 units. So, and that's the thing with fading the Dodgers is all you need is a couple of these wins here and there, and you're going to be profitable. So, and spoiler, I'll be right back on the Nationals today. Only full game because it's not a minus 300 fade because they're minus 270. But I will be back on the Nationals today as well. So overall yesterday was, let's see, I had 3 pushes. 3 pushes yesterday. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8, 4, and 3 yesterday. 8, 4, and 3. Up 8 units for me yesterday.
Right on. The site was profitable again. And that's all we can ask for. Even though it was only up 0.52 units, it was still profitable nonetheless. And that was with starting off the card 0-3. With Boston, with the Detroit Tigers run line, and the over 8 in the Marlins game. Giants were a winner. The over in the Pens game pushed. Our 2 teams, the Islanders and the Sabres, both cash, both win by multiple goals. Milwaukee blows it, but Seattle, nice 9-3 winner there. So up 0.52 units. Happy there. I believe we're still first place in baseball on the site by a decent chunk at the moment. We're 45-37, up 13.41 on the site now. So still happy with that. Even though yesterday was a negative baseball day, actually was a 2-4 baseball day. Hockey was the reason why we were profitable yesterday. So, but keep winning, and we'll go from there.
And also, one other thing is on FanDuel yesterday, they gave me a 30% profit boost. So on a same game parlay of at least 4-1 odds. I'll throw a couple bucks on these. It's the only time I actually do them. CJ Abrams hit. Nationals over 2.5 runs. Nationals first 5 plus 1.5. Nationals full game money line plus 567.
Right on. Nick, I'll let you go to the chat because there's some Canes versus Islanders talking there.
Oh, yeah. So we'll get into that there. Let's get into it. Yeah, Robert, me versus Nick in the first round can be interesting. I have no expectations for actually winning the playoff series. I'll sprinkle the plus 280, but I have actual no interest, not no interest, but no expectations on making it out of the first round this year. Great day yesterday. I have to go to work. Did Braves team total over 4.5 and Orioles team total over 4.5. What's your thoughts on that? I have not bet either of those games yet. I've only bet 2 games in the NHL. So we will get into those later. It's amazing playoff teams like the Preds, Devils, and Lightning show up to a game and not give 100%. Devils are not a playoff team. They're not even close. And the Kings, but the Rangers showed up. Unfortunately, the Rangers did. I wanted the Kings to win the Metro. I wanted to play the Rangers in the first round. If the Stars play Nashville, they're going to sweep them. I could see it. I think the only real sweep I see in the first round is whoever the Rangers play. Whether it's the Capitals or it's the Red Wings or it's the Penguins or it's the Flyers, I don't see either of the wild card 2 teams winning more than a game, personally. But we'll see. I'm going to take the Oilers in 5 versus the Kings if they play the Kings. Right now, there's an opportunity that the Vegas Golden Knights would play the Oilers in the first round. And what a playoff series that would be. I called it perfectly. 2 Marlins first 5 and Giants live bet full game. There you go. I called that Dylan Cousins plus 350. How about that? There you go.
Yeah, he finally showed up this season.
Yeah. Oh yeah, the VGK are going to win and hope the Kings. Yeah. Best morning show on YouTube. What up, my bros? Let's get it today. Keep winning, y'all. Good luck. Appreciate it. Stop, Gio. Great day yesterday. Let's keep cashing. Went 3-4 with a 2-leg at plus 170 and a 4-leg Orioles, Phillies, Giants, and Rangers. Plus 161. There you go. Or plus 601. Let's keep winning. Yes. Plays for today: Kansas City Royals run line, Padres money line, Blue Jays money line, Mets money line, Rays team total over 3.5, Giants money line, Phillies minus 1.5, under 5.5 first 5, Rockies and Phillies. Good luck. We will get into baseball. I would like to see, what do you call it? I would like to see the way the markets are moving and things like that. Went with the Mariners. Thanks. Not a problem. Hey guys, let's get that money. Yeah. Can you repeat that at the end of the show, Nick? Repeat what? Repeat what? MGM has a 33% boost on any NBA wager. My damn account is glitched right now and won't let me apply it right now. Dang. Good luck. Good day yesterday. Thanks, guys. Yeah. How about them Nationals, Dad? How about them Nationals? That was awesome last night. Thank you to Don Granato and his coaching staff to bring us to this point, and we welcome a new direction behind the bench. I wonder who they're going to bring in. I truly do. I wouldn't be surprised if they bring in someone like Bruce Boudreau. So yeah.
Is that good or bad?
He's not a bad coach. But yeah. Rays money line, Giants money line, Phillies minus 1.5 even money, Rangers money line, Dodgers run line, and O's not to bat in the 9th. And the Nerfy and the Reds gave some of those boosted on Fanatics. There you go. Torts, can you hear me? Torts. No, you do not want Torts. Trust me, you do not want Tortorella. No. If you're the Buffalo Sabres, I am staying as far away from Tortorella as possible. Not even a thought process. He's not even a candidate in my head. Tortorella. No. Back on Trout, plus 330 home run. He's multiple dingers versus Savali. There you go. Thought you guys were giving out a parlay. Was that yesterday's play? That was yesterday's play. That was a one that I threw together, threw a couple bucks on because they gave me a boost. Do they have a chance versus the Panthers or the Bruins? Or the Leafs have a chance versus the Panthers or the Bruins? I will probably continue my yearly tradition of fading the Leafs in the first round. That's just probably what I'll continue doing. I don't know. They're going to hire Dean Evanson or Babcock. Maybe. But we'll get into the NHL. We have 8 games in the NHL. Not much of them mean anything. Let's get into it here. the Carolina Hurricanes and the Columbus Blue Jackets in this game. The Hurricanes minus 250 favorites, total 6 in this game. And even though the Hurricanes are in the playoffs, these two teams are skating for exercise, is what this is for. They're let me get up the line history and things along those lines. Which, even though teams are going to be skating for exercise and things along those lines, does not mean there's no value in these games. It's because a lot of these times, what they'll do is they'll just roll out the puck, and then we'll just see goals upon goals upon goals upon goals. So maybe some overs on these games that have no meaning on them. Some overs. Line opened up at a 255 for Carolina. It did get up to a 270 at one point, but it's back down to a 255. Line opened up at a 6 at minus 108 and still there. See if we have any cash flow in this game here, where we have, there we go, 87% of the tickets are on the Carolina Hurricanes. No cash flow. 75% of the tickets are on the under. No cash flow, with the lines not really moving for either. This is a meaningless game for both teams. The Jackets, they have a 9.5% chance to win the draft lottery, and nothing else. And all the effects of this game, if they win in regulation, 0% changing. If they lose in regulation, 0% changing. Overtime, lose, win, no change. For the Hurricanes, yeah, there's really no effect. They are the Met 2. They will be taking on the Islanders in the first round. First game, I believe, is on Sunday. So they are already locked into their position here. Which brings the ultimate question is, do we expect Carolina to carry in this game? If the answer is no, minus 250 on the road is a ridiculous price. And do I want to trust the Columbus Blue Jackets? No. Do I want to trust them for a first period, maybe? I think that's the better look in this game. I'm going to take a look at what this first period number is, because this is a meaningless game for the Carolina Hurricanes. It's meaningless for the Blue Jackets, but it's their last game in front of their home crowd. And I can expect them to get up for this game, and Carolina not caring here. So I'm actually very interested in the Blue Jackets in this game to close out the season with a win and in front of their home crowds, win their last game. I also kind of like this over at it's minus 138 for that 5.5 on FanDuel, but I'm seeing 6s at minus 110. I expect, and it's Jet Greaves in net for the Blue Jackets, and it's probably going to be Kochetkov in net for the Hurricanes. I can only look Blue Jackets in this game, and the over in this spot. And maybe I just figured out what it is, and it's just Blue Jackets team total over, which I'm going to take a look at what that number is, and I'm gonna shop around or look around here. I think it's Blue Jackets team total over, full game over for this game.
Good luck. Back to the chat. Sorry, I'm not betting any hockey games until the playoffs, as I mentioned yesterday. So.
All right, fair. I'm gonna look for what I want to see if I can find a 2 for the team total here. If not 2.5, I'm seeing plus money, but I want to see if I can find a 2.
Canes minus 2.5. Dude, that's crazy. Why are you laying 2.5 goals on the road in a game that doesn't matter? Canes team total over. Once again, why? Is there a reason behind it, or are you just being a Canes homer?
Jack Greaves is not a good goaltender. That's why. I mean, when you look at the goaltending matchup for this game, yeah, I'm actually very interested in these overs, and I'm going to take the overs here in this spot. I'm getting plus 105 for Columbus team total over 2.5, and I'm getting minus 110 for the full game over 6, which are both on BetMGM.
There you go. Svechnikov, point. Genzel, 2 points. Aho, assist. Jarvis, goal. Watch Carolina.
And I can understand, and the argument for the Hurricanes I can understand is they want to go into the playoffs on a win.
Okay.
and they don't want to come into the playoffs limping with a loss against the Columbus Blue Jackets. So I can understand that argument behind it. Plus 105, team total over 2.5 for Columbus, full game over 6 at minus 110.
Jarvis goal again. I like. Good luck. This game should be interesting though. This one I think is the only one. Oh, this one and the next one are the only ones that actually have effect on today's card.
Yep, and I did a free pick video on both of the games that we have coming up here. I did a little East Conference Wild Card Madness video where I went over both games here.
All right, I did the same thing for the NBA last night.
We have the Detroit Red Wings and the Montreal Canadiens. The Red Wings minus 175 favorites, total 6.5 in this game. These two teams just played last night, where the Red Wings came all the way back from down 4-1 to win in overtime to keep their season alive. This line, wow, I should have waited. Opened up at a minus 160. It's a 190 now for Detroit. And the line opened up at a 6.5 minus 102. It's still a 6.5 minus 102. We've seen just a shit ton of Detroit money. 84% of the tickets, 3,600 tickets in on Detroit. I made a mistake betting this last night, not waiting until this morning. With the win in regulation or 2 points in general, they can win in overtime as well. Their playoff odds go to 59.9%. The Detroit Red Wings need a win, and they need a Capitals loss. If they get a point, they need a Caps loss in regulation. With the Montreal Canadiens, this game means nothing other than trying to play spoiler. Which yesterday I threw a couple bucks at this two-teamer. So I also have a piece of plus 218 on this game as well. But I end up adding a little bit. I got plus 145 for the Canadiens last night in this game. I think this line's too wide, and must win does not mean will win. And did the Red Wings use up all their energy last night having to make a massive comeback and win in overtime? It's going to be James Reimer and Caden Primo. I don't think this line should be this wide. I don't agree with the line movement the way it is, moving that much in the Wings' direction. I understand people are looking at this game thinking the Detroit Red Wings need to win, so they're going to win. Does not mean that. We've seen a lot of that as of late. The must wins doesn't mean will win, but they have been winning. Last night, every team that needed to win in that wild card picture did. The Islanders won, the Red Wings won, the Capitals won, the Penguins won.
Oh.
We've been seeing that. So yeah, a loss last night for the Islanders would have been devastating to their playoff odds. But I'm on Montreal at plus 145 in this game.
This game definitely has that feeling of Detroit, big win last night, comes out flat tonight on the road.
I 100% agree.
Is it something I'm betting? No. Wouldn't be surprised if Canes win 6-0. The problem is it doesn't. Everybody was saying the same thing last night, that the Lightning should have beaten the Sabres. Lightning were playing to look good going into the playoffs, and then they shit the bed. That's why betting on teams that don't care anymore is just weird. Or it's weird to bet on because you just don't know what they're going to be thinking. Upset hockey is ending 4-0 NHL. Way more profitable than MLB. No, baseball's way better than NHL. Way better. And it's not close. But that's just me. Larkin goal for the Red Wings.
Yeah, if you're looking at anything for the Red Wings, Larkin, Raymond is probably where it starts.
Montreal 26-4, first period over half a goal versus Eastern Conference. Last 5 out of 6 the Red Wings games has gone over 1.5 in the first period. Both teams scored. There you go. Why not jump on a little bit of a first period over?
Maybe a first period over. That's
Six,
not bad luck.
Over 6.5 in the bet because they don't play defense. And first period over.
Yep.
Why not?
Yep.
All right, Nick. This one definitely has a big playoff implications on it.
Yeah, and if this game goes a certain way, the game we just talked about goes from extremely meaningful to not meaningful at all. So we have the Washington Capitals and we have the Philadelphia Flyers in this game. We have the Flyers around 148 favorites or 145, 150 favorites now. This line opened up at a minus 140. It got all the way down to a minus 130. It's now back up to a 148. So I really missed some line moves on this. The line opened up at a 5.5, minus 118 to 5.5, or minus 115. It's now a 5.5, minus 118. Let's take a look at the cash flow in this game here, where we have 68% of tickets and 58% of the cash is coming in on the Flyers, which does explain the line move towards Philadelphia here in this one. And the only argument I have towards the Flyers side is that they have the rest advantage, and they have the rest advantage, and they are at home. The wrong team's favored in this game. I'm on Washington at plus 122 is what I got in my last night. And once again, I've failed to beat a line movement because this line's moving up, which is frustrating, but it is what it is. I'm seeing plus 125s, plus 130s now for Washington. And I'm expecting them to go right back to Lindgren tonight. And I get it. Lindgren played last night, but you're not putting Darcy Kemper in the do or die game 82. You're just not doing that right now. You're going to have to rely on Lindgren to play back-to-back games, which I think he's capable of doing. And if you do start Lindgren, you have the goalie advantage over Samuel Ersson. And when you give me the goalie advantage, you give me a team that I have projected as a minus 105, minus 110 favorite in this game, getting plus 120. I just think the wrong team is favored in this spot. And I'm also very interested in this over or a Capitals team total over, because I can see this as a game where if the Capitals lose, this game goes over the total because they get tired. And we're seeing a 5.5 here in this spot as well. I can only look over the total here as well at 5.5, minus 120 for 5.5. I'm actually very interested in that. I want to take a little bit deeper of a look into it, but I'm interested in that. Taking a look at playoff odds and implications for this game. The Washington Capitals, this is pretty plain and simple. You win in regulation, you are in. You lose in regulation, you are out. You win in overtime, you are in. You lose in overtime, there's a really good chance you're out. 22% chance you make the playoffs. The Flyers can still make the playoffs. They need a regulation win, which would eliminate the Capitals. This is why a regulation loss would would bump the Capitals odds down to 0. They need a Montreal win in regulation over the Detroit Red Wings, and they would need a New York Islanders win in regulation over the Pittsburgh Penguins tomorrow. That's how the Flyers make the playoffs. I don't see it. I'm on the Washington Capitals. I got plus 122 with them here, and I'm actually going to add the over in this game as well. I'm going to go Caps and the over in this spot here, minus 120 across the board. So I want to go to DraftKings and bet it there. DraftKings minus 120, over 5.5 as well.
Do what? Sorry, I was looking at some college baseball. I like the Canadians idea. There you go.
Yeah.
Flyers money line.
I see value on the and the
Under.
Okay, so you completely hate my thoughts.
I don't think the Capitals make the playoffs. There's some defensive missing in the Caps lineup. Caps money line and Flames money line.
I do have the Caps. I'm actually very interested in the Canucks minus 1.
Hello, everyone. Hello, Josh. Darcy Kemper would be a huge mistake.
Absolutely would. And I think the over 5.5 play is more of an insurance bet if they are stupid enough to go with Darcy Kemper in this game.
Fair enough. You got 5 more hockey games, and I think they're all meaningless. Is Toronto, Florida meaningless?
No, it is not meaningless
Okay, never
whatsoever.
mind.
And this game's not meaningless either. Let's get into it here, where we have the Boston Bruins and the Ottawa Senators, minus 230 for the Bruins, total of 6 in this game. Let's take a look at the line history in this spot here. Line opened up at a 227. It's down to a 208. So we've had a line move towards the Senators in this game. Line opened up at a 6 at minus 102, and it's now a 6 at minus 104. Let's take a look at the line, the cash flow in this game, where we have 87% of the tickets and 86% of the cash coming in on the Bruins in this spot here. 67% of the tickets are on the under. And why is this game not meaningless? You can thank the Washington Capitals for beating the Boston Bruins in regulation and opening up the door potentially for the Florida Panthers to win the division. With a Boston Bruins win, they are Atlantic Division winners. With a Ottawa win over the Bruins and a Panthers win over the Maple Leafs, the Panthers are your Atlantic Division champions and will be taking on the Lightning in the first round. I don't think that's much of a reward getting to play the Lightning rather than getting to play the Maple Leafs. I would rather play the Maple Leafs right now, to be completely honest. So I don't know the incentive really to win this game for Boston. Would you rather play the Lightning or would you rather play the Maple Leafs? That's what you're going into tonight. And I think this line's maybe a little wide. But that being said, do I have any interest in the Senators in this game? Not particularly. I think they've mailed it in after finishing the year out on the road. And they got their win in their last home game against the Canadiens. So maybe this is a spot where they mail it in. And I'm interested to see what the Senators do in the offseason to turn this team around. But until then, I have no interest in this game.
Sounds good. Arkansas, North Carolina, college baseball. I am on North Carolina. I did not bet the Arkansas-Texas Tech game, although that one should be good. Arkansas coming off of losing 2 out of 3 to Alabama this weekend. I could definitely see them having a bounce-back game. The only thing is they were minus like 175, so it'd have to be a run line or nothing. All my college baseball is about to scroll across the bottom. Old Dominion versus Virginia, UNC, Campbell against NC State, Kansas State, Louisville against Kentucky, Sela against ULL, Oklahoma State, Creighton against Nebraska. I really like that Creighton team. I think they win the Big East. Missouri State versus Missouri, and the hottest team in college baseball right now, the Arizona Wildcats, who have won 11 in a row, the longest streak in college baseball. So let's ride those teams. Morning, guys. Good morning. I'll figure out who that Facebook user is in just a moment. Bruins on the puck line. Any updates from the Caps morning skate? Which goalie was first on the ice?
Considering it's a back-to-back, I'm going to assume there's no morning skate today for them.
Good point. Bruins 20-3 to the first period over against division rivals. They go,
meaning they're scoring in the first period?
By the way, the Facebook user was Prio Kelly. Versus division. Over 1.5 goals. Knicks.
Then to score a goal.
For the Bruins to score a goal in the first period.
That's probably juice, though. That's the problem.
No Stutzel means no dives today. Bruins minus 1.5 a pass. The rumors was lingering. Gets back-to-back starts. That's kind of how they have to play.
They absolutely have to. I mean, if you're the Capitals, you cannot go to Darcy in this game.
No, I don't think you can. Let's keep rolling on, Nick. You got this game.
This is a meaningful game. Florida Panthers.
Yeah, I thought the Bruins already clinched the division, so I didn't realize that.
Nope, they did not. The Florida Panthers minus 140 favorites, total of 155 in this game. Or total 6.5. A line opened up at a 140. It's up to a 155. There we go. Line opened up at a 6.5. It's actually down to a 6 now. So we've had a move towards the under. We've had a big move towards the Florida Panthers. We have 47% of the tickets, 89% of cash coming on the Maple Leafs, and yet this line's moved 15 cents towards Florida. This is a game this game means something to Florida. If they want a shot at the Atlantic Division crown. It's Anthony Stolarz in that, by the way, and we do not know who it is for the Toronto Maple Leafs yet. Could be Samsonov. It could be Wool. This game has no effect on the on the Leafs. They are locked into the Atlantic 3 spot. With a win in regulation or a win in general, with a win in general, their odds to win the divisions around 33 to 34%. If they lose in regulation, it's over. They will not get they will not win the Atlantic. I would like to see. I want to take a look real quick because I have NHL playoff generator. If they finish with the same amount of points, I believe the tiebreaker goes to the Panthers for regulation wins. So let me take a look here. I want to see real quick if the Panthers win, or if the Panthers get a point and the Bruins lose in reg. Would that, I believe they would have the tiebreaker. So that's something I'm kind of interested to see. So let's see this real quick. Let's just say Panthers lose in overtime and the Bruins lose in reg. If they have the same amount of points, the Panthers would be your Atlantic Division champions. So a loss of any kind and a Panthers win would get them the Atlantic Division title. I think this is a Panthers or nothing spot because I don't think the Maple Leafs care. I think the only thing that the Maple Leafs care about in this game is Matthews getting his 70th goal. I think that's the only thing that means anything to the Maple Leafs in this game. And the Maple Leafs have. This is the Florida Panthers' last game of the season. The Maple Leafs have the Lightning on the coming up on the 17th. They play the Lightning tomorrow to end the year. I think this is a look-ahead spot for the Leafs playing Tampa on the last game. Maybe this game means absolutely nothing to Tampa. I'm going to move on the Panthers -1 in this game in this spot, and I'm going to shop around for the best number, and I'm going to punch that in for Panthers -1.
Good luck to you. Good morning. Hockey was nice. Capitals under, never in doubt. Run it back.
I'm on the
over. Like the Leafs over the total tonight.
I can see
that. Florida 8-2. First period over last 10. Toronto 14-5 over last 19 on the road. It's not a bad option. I turned that -500 -500 Oilers into a nice +650 parlay.
Oh, you could have done anything with the Oilers last night and won. They won 9-2.
Oilers puck line, the over, Hyman, McDavid, Bouchard.
There you go.
I thought it would be a good draw candidate. 2 overtime losses in the last 4 head-to-head matches.
Maybe.
Stolars.
Mm-hmm.
Matthews goal, Nylander goal, Kachuk goal. I can't believe the Sharks single-handedly ruined my Blues shot at the playoffs.
Yeah.
Are the Panthers resting Barkov?
They might be.
Oh, and the DMV parlay was never in doubt. Orioles, Nationals, Capitals. Hell yeah, dude. Panthers strategy: lose, put Stolars in.
No, Stolars has been good this year. I don't know what you're talking about. Stolars has been good this year.
Leafs want to send a message.
Do they?
Resting Bob. No need for Bob to play.
Yeah.
It's just the Leafs. Stolars got this. LeBron and Steph, 25+ points. Caesar's boost. I hope both those teams lose. Had Oilers over 4.5. That was easy, +135. Got 3 more hockey games, Nick, and then we get to talk about some baseball.
Yeah, we have the Winnipeg Jets -230 favorites, total of 5.5 in this game. This game does have some playoff implications on it, which is kind of surprising. But with a win, the Winnipeg Jets lock up the 2 seed in the Central. With a loss, it opens up the door a little bit, creaks it open a little bit for the Avalanche to come in and grab that the Central 2 seed. The Avalanche currently are 1 point behind the Winnipeg Jets. The Avalanche would need to win their last game, which is on Thursday. They would need to win their last game, and they would need the Winnipeg Jets to pick up a maximum of 1 point. They would need basically 2 regulation losses for the Winnipeg Jets to end the year in order for them to get the 2 seed in the Central and get home ice advantage throughout the playoffs, or throughout the for that series, not throughout the playoffs, because if they play the Stars, they would not have home ice advantage. I have really no interest in this game. Should the Jets be this big of favorites? Probably not, but it's no play here.
Yep, you don't have to bet every single game, especially when some of the games are meaningless. Yay! Jets in the under. After that Kraken loss to the Sharks for their home finale, can't back them. Back that Seattle team. What's up, Rose? Hope you're doing well. I got the Jets and reg minus 130, and then the Jets and the Jets. So everybody's on the Jets.
I mean, that's probably the only place you can look.
I'm gonna go bet the Kraken. Anyways, let's keep going.
Yeah, we had the Vancouver Canucks and the Calgary Flames minus 215 favorites for the Canucks, total of 6 in this game. Let's take a look at the line history in this spot here, where we have this line open up at a 210. It's up to a 214 for the Canucks. Line open up at a 6 at minus 123. It's down to a 6 at minus 119. Taking a look here at the cash flow in this game, 67% of tickets are on the under. No line movement there. I think it's going to be Dustin Wolf and Thatcher Demko making his return, or I believe he made his return already. Nope. This is going to be Demko's first start since March 9th. And I see this as potentially maybe I think a good spot to put him in, because the Flames have been tail spinning towards the end of the year here. They have won back-to-back games, but they did it against the powerhouses of Arizona and Anaheim. They've won 3 of their last 4 games, this Calgary Flames. But once again, it's against Arizona, Anaheim, and San Jose. Vancouver is locked into the – no, I don't think they're locked in 100% yet into the Pacific Division crown, if I'm not mistaken. They need to win. With a win, they would lock up the Pacific Division crown. With a loss, would creak the door open a little bit. My bad. They need a point to win the Pacific Division. With a loss, it would be a 9.4% chance for them to finish second. So it would be a 9.4% chance for the Oilers. They would need to lose in reg this game, and then lose in reg in their season finale against the Winnipeg Jets. And Edmonton would need to beat the Avalanche in the last game of their season in order to end the Arizona Coyotes in the last game in Arizona. So basically, we would, in order for the Oilers to win the division, they would need a lot to go right, including the Canucks to pick up no points in their last 2 games, and they would need to pick up all 4 points in their last 2 games. So this is basically the Canucks are locked into the Pacific Division. I can only look Canucks puck line in this game. And I think starting Demko is kind of a little bit of a message that this team is still trying, and they're trying to get him right for the playoffs. So I can only look Canucks in this game for me personally.
Okay. Veradardi 2 points. Connor 2 points. Canucks team total over. The over 6 in general. I think Calgary empties the tank tonight. Demko first game back off the injury list. I'm looking at Flames plus 170.
Yeah, I'm staying off the game for a reason. But yeah.
And 1-800-GAMBLER. Like most hockey games right now. And definitely this one, right?
Woo! I guess we just go to the lock of the day, Vegas Golden Knights money line. Vegas does have something to play for, though. So this very well could be Vegas SmackDown. But there's no way to bet them here at minus 430. The Vegas Golden Knights, with a win, have an 80.3% chance at the 3 seed in the Pacific. With a loss, they have a 90% chance at being the wild card too. So this is a big game for them, and we've seen them choke away games later in the season a couple years ago, but that was to miss the playoffs in general. This would be just for seeding. Line opened up at 334 on BetOnline. It's up to a 389. So we've had a massive line movement towards these Vegas Golden Knights. Line opened up at a 6 at minus 108. Still a 6 at minus 108. So we've had no line movement on the total. We've had a big line movement towards the Vegas Golden Knights. This is probably the easiest pass on the board. Vegas should win this game. Am I laying minus 430? No. Am I laying a puck line at a stupid number? No. Am I laying 2.5 goals? Never. So this is a simple pass.
Yay, it's baseball time then. Eichel, 2+ points. Hannafin, point. All right, Nick, now let's get to games that matter.
Yeah, this game kicks off in about 2 hours. We have the Texas Rangers and the Detroit Tigers. Wow, these Tigers burnt me yesterday. I doubled up on them, and they couldn't score a damn run. As I'm switching over from hockey to MLB. There we go. Let's take a look at the let's take a look at the line history in this spot here, where we have Casey Mize and John Gray, your pitching matchup here. Line opened up at minus 115. It's a 116 now for the Texas Rangers. Line opened up at an 8.5. It's down to an 8. So we've had a line movement towards the under. We've had a 1 cent line movement towards the Rangers in this game here, with 46% of tickets and 65% of cash coming out of Texas. So the bigger bets are coming out of Texas. So the line move does make sense to that. We have 58% of tickets and 98% of the cash coming in on this over. Yet the line moving towards the under in this game does have me looking a little bit at an under, because this game has moved from an 8.5 down to an 8, even though all the big bets and all that are coming in on this over. Let's take a look at, and I get it's probably a lot of people are looking at a 1-0 game yesterday and thinking today's game got to go over, right? John Gray, this is his 4th appearance. He's looked good in his last 2 starts after not looking good in his first start. 1 earned run on 3 hits, 1 walk, 9 strikeouts, 5 innings pitched, and a 1-0 loss against Oakland. No earned runs, 5 hits, 3 walks, 3 strikeouts, and 3 2/3 against the Astros previous to that. Casey Mize will be making his 3rd appearance. He last pitched against the Pittsburgh Pirates, so he gave up 2 earned runs on 5 hits, 1 walk, 2 strikeouts, and 5 innings pitched there. And he pitched against the Mets, gave up 3 earned runs on 5 hits, 2 walks, 4 strikeouts, and 4 1/3. One thing that I really like about this start for Casey Mize, though, it's his first start at Comerica Park this year. So his first 2 games were in Pittsburgh and in New York. The wind blowing looks like towards the first base side at around 12 miles an hour, according to covers. So it looks like we have decent pitching weather here in this game. And I think I want to start off the day with the first 5 under. Nothing says let's get the baseball day started with an AL Central team and a first 5 under in an early game. So I'm going to look towards the first 5 under here. I'm going to see if I can find a 4.5 at a reasonable number. I can. 4.5 minus 120 on ESPN Bet. So that's where I'm going to go for this game here. Under 4.5, first 5, Rangers and Tigers.
I like the Tigers today. I know I'm going back to them, but Casey Mize at home. We've seen a couple starts from him. He's going to start going out a little bit more. The Tigers have won both games that he's pitched in, against the Mets, who have been playing a lot better as of late, and against Pittsburgh, who is a very solid club, who's currently 2nd place in that division. So Casey Mize has pitched well to start the year. After a 1-0 game yesterday, I would think that a lot of people would look towards the under again, especially in an early game. I'm not betting a total. I like the Detroit Tigers this morning.
Sure.
But we'll probably have nothing up on the site for it, so we're good.
Yeah. First 5 under 4.5 for me and -120.
Tigers burnt me too. Rangers -115 smash spot. This is the Texas Rangers, not the New York Rangers. It's really annoying when you think a team is supposed to score against a bad team on the road. Phillies. What's up, guys? The line is short. Yeah, it is short because they're on the road. All right, Nick.
Yeah, Baltimore Orioles on the Minnesota Twins. We have the Orioles -175 favorites, total of 8.5 in this game. Let's take a look at the line history in this spot here. Chris Paddock and Grayson Rodriguez line opening up at a 155. It's down to a 152 now. So we've had a move towards the Minnesota Twins.
Hold on. You say 155 to 152, but you have 175 written here.
Oh, those are Bovada odds. And these are Bovada odds. And when I look at the line history, it's on Bet Online. Because the site I look at does not give me Bovada live movements. So this is the best I can do. I apologize. You want me to start typing in Bet Online lines then?
No, I just don't want to confuse people because you're saying different numbers than is what's written down. So that's the only reason why I was asking. You're good. Keep going.
This line did get up to a 164 at one point, which probably would be around the time I would have typed in this game. So the 175 on Bet Online or on Bovada does make sense. And then line opened up at a 9, and it's down to an 8.5 now. So we have a move towards the under. We've had a move towards the Minnesota Twins. 43% of the tickets, 97% of cash on the under. The line moving towards the under here in this one, 7,911 tickets in. And then we have 85% of the tickets and 71% of the cash coming in on the Baltimore Orioles, with the line moving slightly towards the Minnesota Twins. So kind of interesting there. They have no fear of any of this Baltimore Orioles money here. Take a look here. Chris Paddock has looked decent to start the year. He hasn't made it past the 5th inning, but he gave up 2 earned runs on 6 hits, 2 walks, 5 strikeouts, and 4 2/3 against the Dodgers, and 2 earned runs, 6 hits, 2 walks, 2 strikeouts, and 4 innings pitched against the Brewers. Both Brewers was in Milwaukee, and then he was at home against the Dodgers. And now he gets to face the Orioles. So he's had 3 tough matchups to start the year. He's looked good in his first 2. On the other side, Grayson Rodriguez in this game. This is going to be his 4th start. They've won all 3 of them. He's looked good in his 3 starts so far. 2 earned runs, 6 hits, 2 walks, 5 strikeouts, and 5 2/3 against the Red Sox. 2 earned runs on 6 hits, 2 walks, 7 strikeouts, and 6 1/3 against the Pirates. And 1 earned run on 4 hits, 1 walk, 9 strikeouts, and 6 innings pitched against the Angels. I think I'm going to go to another under here in this game. The line moving towards it's gone from a 9 to an 8.5. So the line's moving towards an under. The bigger bets are on the under. I can also only look Minnesota in this game with the line movement here. But Chris Paddock has looked good in his starts, and so has Grayson Rodriguez. I don't trust the Minnesota offense at all here. So this is going to be a first 5 under for me. I'm once again getting a 4.5, and it's -113 on FanDuel.
Grayson Rodriguez is going to be at the end of the year. We're going to look at it and go, Grayson Rodriguez was the best pitcher on this Orioles staff, and that's even with Corbin Burns on there. So far this year, 5 earned runs, 5 walks, on 16 hits, and 18 innings pitched with 21 strikeouts. Grayson's going to be a star, and it's finally showing, because I know last year he kind of struggled. This year, off to a really solid start. And it's not like he pitched against bad teams. He pitched against the Angels, who, hey, the Angels have been a little bit better than we expected. Pittsburgh, who's looked solid, and Boston, who's looked better than expected. But that being said, I am on the Orioles every single day, as you guys know. And the results so far for it, if you put $100 on the Orioles every single day, on $100 on the money line, $100 on the run line. Money line, 10-6, up 1.75 units. Run line, 1 game worse, 9-7, up 4.5 units. So it is getting to be the point where the run line is excessively better right now than the money line for betting the Orioles so far. But I'm going to keep with the with that every single day. Just how you're fading it every single day. Do it, Orioles.
Sure.
I will quickly say breaking news in the MLB. The second overall pick from 2021, Vanderbilt's Jack Leader, will make his major league debut for the Texas Rangers on Thursday. He's being called up, so
Nice.
that's cool to see. Figure I mentioned that because I was scrolling. I constantly have Twitter pulled up on my opposite screen so I can see what stuff going on. And I saw that pop up, so that's pretty cool. I remember watching him shut down ECU in the 2021 regional or super regional.
After Kamara Rocker did it the first game, or he did it the second game or whatever.
Yeah, right. It was Rocker versus Gavin, and then what was it? CJ Mayhew,
I think so.
against our leader.
Yeah.
Total was 7.5 last night. Twins, nope. Yes, Nick does confuse the audience. No, I'm kidding. Here is the link to my Twitter where I keep putting this in the chat every single day where I keep where we keep track of the Orioles bets. Twins can't hit a damn wiffle ball, let alone score. Buxton doesn't look like himself. Paddock isn't bad. Okay. Let's go to this game, Nick.
Yeah, we have the Philadelphia Phillies and the Colorado Rockies. The Phillies minus 250 favorites, total of 8 in this game. Let's take a look at the line history here between Ranger Suarez and Austin Gomber. Your pitching matchup here. Line opened up at a 227. It's up to a 238. So we've had a move towards the Phillies in this game here. Line opened up at a 9 at minus 105, and it's now down to an 8.5 at minus 103. So we do have a move towards this under. We have a move towards a Philly in this game. We have 50% of the tickets, 86% of the cash is on the over in this game with the line moving towards the under. So once again, not showing much fear here towards this over money with the line dropping. 93% of the tickets, 94% of the cash is on Philly. The line moving towards them 11 cents. As we have the most profitable first 5 pitcher of last year on the bump here with Austin Gomber, which he's looked okay to start the year. 2 earned runs on 6 hits, 2 walks, 4 strikeouts, 6 innings pitched against the Diamondbacks. 2 earned runs, 4 hits, 3 walks, 7 strikeouts, 4 innings pitched against the Rays. And then he did face the Diamondbacks in his first start as well. 4 earned runs, 6 hits, 3 walks, 3 strikeouts, and 4 2/3 innings pitched. On the flip side, Ranger Suarez making his 4th appearance so far this year, where he's given up 0, 2, and 3 earned runs in those starts. So he's given up a total of 5 earned runs on if I could do math in my head, 17 innings, and he has 19 strikeouts in those innings. He faced the Pirates, the Nationals, and the Braves. He gave up 3 earned runs to the Braves. So that was his worst appearance so far this year. So he's looked pretty good as well. And I feel repetitive, but once again, I'm looking at another under in this game. I want to take a look real quick at what the weather looks like in this game in that little bandbox of Citizens Bank Park, where the wind is blowing to the side, but it's like 4 miles an hour, so it's not much there. This feels like another freaking under, and I think we can see a few unders today. Let me take a look at what this number would be. Is this another 4.5, or can I get a 5? It's another 4.5 here, minus 106 on FanDuel, minus 105 on Caesars. I'm tempted on another under here in this spot. I don't know if I'll pull the trigger on it, but it's under or nothing for me.
I don't know how you could bet an under with Austin Gomber. Although he hasn't been as bad this year, but he is definitely not a pitcher I want to trust, especially in a small ballpark like this. Ranger Suarez hasn't been – oh, no, sorry. He had a good start last game against Pittsburgh. Previous to that, 5 earned runs in 11 innings. So not terrible against the Braves as well. But I I could definitely see some runs in this game, especially after there's a 2-1 game yesterday, and extra innings. So a minus almost 300 had to go to extra innings, and only scored 2 runs. That's kind of funny. I'm probably not going to anything in this game. As crazy as it sounds, let's see. Let me look at the odds for one thing. Colorado plus 1.5 is even money. I could easily see this game staying close, but is it something I need to go after? No, if I was going after the Rockies, I'd want to get paid for it, and I would just take the money line. But I guess lean Colorado, but no real interest in wanting to go after this matchup.
Fair.
Injuries for Twins. Under. Phillies like the Twins cannot score, and Phillies run line. I'm not laying minus 120 on a run line at home. All right, Nick, I'll go ahead and put this up on the site.
Yeah, you already know where we're going for this game here. I'm going to have to play the -1 line, but we already know where we're going for this one here. We have – huh?
I'm getting a 126.
-126?
Yeah.
Oh, I like that a lot. Where is that?
Sorry, for the site on Pinnacle.
Oh, I can get -130 for this. Okay, I'll move on that instead of the -1 line on FanDuel or on DraftKings. Let's take a look at the line history in this spot here, where we have this line opened up at a -135. It is down to a 128 for San Fran. But once again, we've seen this every game for the Marlins, where the line's always moving towards the Marlins because they got to win eventually. Line opened up at 6.5 plus 105, or an 8.5 plus 105. It's now an 8.5 minus 110. So we've had to move towards the over here as well. Taking a look at the cash flow in this game, 79% of tickets, 94% of cash on the Giants. Line moving towards the Marlins. I do not care. I will continue to fade this Marlins team. 67% of the tickets are on the over in this game as well, as we have the line moving towards the over in this game. Jordan Hicks and Ryan Weathers is your pitching matchup here. Hicks has looked good this year. He's given up 2 earned runs in 18 innings pitched. He gave up 1 earned run on 4 hits, 2 walks, 2 strikeouts, 6 innings pitched against the Nationals. He faced the Padres back-to-back times, March 30th and April 5th, and gave up a combined 12 innings pitched, 11 strikeouts, 1 earned run on 8 hits, 1 walk. He's been phenomenal to start the year. On the other side, Ryan Weathers had a much better appearance last game in that 5-2 win over the New York Yankees. Gave up no earned runs on 3 hits, 3 walks, 1 strikeout, 5 innings pitched. It's the only game the Marlins have won this year, not started by Max Mayer, who's currently back in AAA. Was that 5-2 win over the Yankees with Weathers starting. The other 2 starts, he looked okay-ish. 1 earned run on 3 hits, but gave up 3 runs on 3 walks and 6 strikeouts and 5 innings pitched against the Cardinals, and gave up 3 earned runs on 7 hits, 2 walks, 5 strikeouts, and 4 innings pitched against the Pirates. Pretty plain and simple for me. Continuing to fade the Marlins, -130, Giants money line. DraftKings.
Yeah, I was able to find 126 on Pinnacle, so I went with that. We're continuing to fade this team. So far this year, even if we had to bet run lines, we are 13-4 fading the Marlins this year. I'm down to keep on fading them, and I should go back and just quickly give the exact. And I'm going to do that when Nick goes back to the chat for a minute. I'm going to quickly add up exactly how we've done fading the Marlins this year in terms of profitability. So we are going to be on the Giants, continuing to fade the Marlins.
There you go. Yep, and also they're giving me an up 2 runs early bonus or whatever. I'm putting it on the Giants.
Okay.
I got a bonus token for up 2 runs. So,
by the way, I'll quickly mention something. 446. I know you're watching on Twitter. We can't see your comments. We can't bring up your Twitter chat in the chat. So come into YouTube if you want to actually talk back and forth, because I'm getting notifications of him saying Giants, 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 Giants. So I see your chat. Come into the stream onto YouTube so that we can actually, see you. All right, go ahead, Nick.
Yeah. Usually Marlins Nerfy, Giants money line. There you go. Fading Marlins and the Nerfy for their games has been my experiment and pretty profitable so far. Yep. Line movement towards the Marlins should give anyone confidence to bet against. Line movement to the Marlins should give anyone confidence to bet against the Marlins against the market movements. See, I am not somebody who likes going up against market movements, and if I do, in my head, I better have a pretty damn good reason why. It's kind of the way I think. If I'm going up against market moves, then I need a legitimately good reason to do so. And yeah, fading the Marlins is definitely a good enough reason for me to do that.
Hey Nick, do you want to know how much we're up fading the Marlins this year on the site?
How much?
If you were to put $100 on every single time we faded the Marlins, we're up 1107. Such a shame that the Marlins suck, isn't it?
Fading the Marlins has been one of the reasons why I've gotten off to such a good start in the MLB this year.
Yep.
Let's get into the next matchup, though, as we have the Tampa Bay Rays and the LA Angels. The Rays minus 155 favorites, total of 8 in this game. We have Soriano and Savali, your pitching matchup here. Line open up at a 155 over on Bet Online. It's now down to a minus 140. So we've had a move towards the LA Angels in this game. Line open up at an 8.5. It's down to an 8. So a move towards the under and a move towards the Angels in this one. Here's sharp money on the Angels. 45% of the tickets and 81% of the cash is coming in on these LA Angels. 56% of the tickets are on the over in this game here. Taking a look at the pitching matchup here. This one, Jose Soriano and Aaron Savali. Soriano is going to give you 3 to 4 innings is what he's going to give you. He looked good in his first appearance. Three innings, no earned runs, 1 hit, 2 walks, 2 strikeouts against the Orioles. His last 2 starts have not looked particularly great. He gave up 3 earned runs on 3 hits, 1 walk, 1 strikeout, and 3 innings pitched against the Red Sox. And he gave up 4 earned runs on 6 hits, no walks, 6 strikeouts, and 4 innings pitched against the Rays. So he just faced this Rays team. He just faced the Rays team and gave up 4 earned runs against them. On the flip side here, Aaron Savali, this is going to be his 4th appearance of the year, and he pitched well against the Angels in his last start. 2 earned runs on 4 hits, 1 walk, 4 strikeouts, and 5 innings pitched. Savali's looked pretty good this year. He's given up a total of 4 earned runs in 17 innings pitched, so he's looked pretty good so far this year. But when we take a look at situations like this, I would like to bet against the pitcher on a back when he faces the same team 2 times in a row. If he pitches well the first time, I would like to fade Savali in this spot here, and I'm going to do it only in the first 5 innings because once again, I still don't trust this Angels bullpen. I just don't, and I'm getting plus 120 in the first 5 with bet 365. So I'm going to do that here. Bet 365. We're going with the Angels in the first 5 innings.
Soriano just pitched against the Tampa Bay as well. He allowed 4 runs, 6 hits, and 4 innings.
Yep, and he didn't pitch well, which is why I'm okay backing him here.
I'm gonna go with that. I'm gonna agree with you here. Let's take the Angels. Getting them at some nice plus money. This has been an Angels team. I know they're even 500. They look a lot better than we expected. And considering where all the teams are in that division right now, aren't they like?
It's almost like they look better without Ohtani.
They're only a half game back of the Texas.
Yeah,
I know it's very, very early, but the fact that they're right there with Texas is kind of funny. I kind of lean Angels in this one. I'm gonna go with you on this. Let's take the Angels money line. I can get plus 130 for it.
I like it. The full game makes me a little bit nervous, but I mean the Rays bullpen has not been particularly great this year, so we'll see. Let's take.
Are you able to go back to the chat?
Yep. 4-4. Fernando saying 4-4-6 or 4-6-6. And then Ray's run line for Robert. I'm on the opposite side for the first 5 here. But we'll get into the next matchup here. We continue along. The New York Yankees and the Tampa Bay. No, wrong game. New York Yankees and Toronto Blue Jays. Minus 115 for the Yankees. Total of 8 in this spot. We have this line opened up. Let's take a look at minus 115 for the Yankees, and it's gone from dog to favorite on Bet Online, where the Toronto Blue Jays are now your favorites at minus 117 in this game. Line opened up at an 8.5 minus 110. It's down to an 8.5 at plus 102. We've had to move towards the under. We've had to move towards the Blue Jays, telling me Yusei Kikuchi pitches well today. We have 64% of the tickets, 92% of the cash on the under, the line moving towards the under. 74% of the tickets and 77% of cash is coming in on the Yankees, and the line's moving towards the Blue Jays, which tells me the Blue Jays are the look in this game. The Blue Jays are the look in this game. And Yusei Kikuchi, I'm gonna have to back Kikuchi in this game. The Blue Jays have the 9th rated bullpen. The Yankees have the 22nd, so I'm okay playing the full game here at this one. I'm going to be on Toronto in this spot, and I did not have any intentions on being on the Blue Jays in this game, but I'm going to be on Toronto in this game, and I'm seeing minus 112 over on FanDuel, seeing minus 115 over on DraftKings. Or over on Bet365. It's 3 cents worth the 5-run rule now. So minus 112 for me here on FanDuel with the Toronto Blue Jays is where I'm going to be going in this game.
Yeah, the Blue Jays are playing, so I'm staying away. I know it's kind of the lame thing to do, but it is what it is. I'm only betting them in the Oriole games. So for me, no real interest in this one. I guess it would be a lean towards the Toronto Blue Jays, but no thanks.
Fair.
Usually Marlins Nerfy, Giants money line.
We already went over this.
Sorry. I saw a certain number and I clicked off. Thank you, Nerfy. Every time I bet the Yankees money line this year, they've lost. Pretty incredible with that record. Don't do me a favor and just bet the Yankee money line every single game now. I like Kikuchi, Rays, a run line. You know what? If you're going to take a shot, take a shot. Past 2 teams, I'm always trying to fade. Exactly. Now, this game was ugly for us yesterday, Nick.
Cleveland Guardians and the Boston Red Sox, minus 115, favorites total 8.5 in this game. Let's take a look at the line history in this spot here as we have Whitlock and Bybee, your pitching matchup here. Line open up at a 115 down to a 109 for Boston. So we've had to move towards the Guardians in this game. Line open up at a 9 at minus 115. It's down to an 8.5 so we've moved. It's moved a half run down, and it's moved towards the Guardians, even though 62% of tickets and 93% of cash on the Red Sox, and the line moving towards the Guardians. That's kind of interesting there. 90% of the tickets are on the under, and the line moving towards said under in this game. Garrett Whitlock and Tanner Bybee, your pitching matchup here. This will be Bybee's 4th appearance of the year, and this is by far the toughest lineup he'll face because he's faced the powerhouses of Oakland, Minnesota, and the White Sox, where he's given up 9 earned runs in, and if I could do math in my head, 13 2/3 innings pitched so far this year. He's walked 8 batters. He's given up 17 hits on 15 strikeouts so far this year. On the flip side here, we have it's going to be Garrett Whitlock, who has looked solid this year. He's given up 2 earned runs in 14 1/3 innings pitched. He's striking out 16 batters. He's given up 6 walks and 11 hits. So he's looked really good so far to start the year. And his starts so far have been against Baltimore, the Angels, and the Mariners. So a little bit tougher of competition here in this spot. The line movement's kind of confusing because my X's and O's will probably point towards the Red Sox, but this market is telling me the Guardians in this game. And the Guardians have been a good team so far this year. who had the Guardians entering play on the 16th of April. Now, granted, we're 2.5 weeks in, as the second best team in baseball. The only team with more wins than the Cleveland Guardians is the New York Yankees so far. So the Guardians 11-5, 8-2 away from Progressive Field in Cleveland. There, I can only look Guardians in this game.
Yeah, I was actually leaning the other way, but I like Garrett Whitlock. He's one of the guys that said was going to have a really strong start, a really good year, and that's what the Red Sox are going to need in order to remain competitive. What has he done? 2 earned runs in 14 innings. Pretty solid. And I expect him to keep on rolling here. The Red Sox coming off of an ugly game, so it makes sense why all the money's on. You say all the money was on Cleveland?
On the Red Sox, and line moving towards Cleveland.
I mean, it's going to end up keeping me off, but a pick'em game between an 11-5 and a 9-8 game. I don't know.
It's in Boston, so
I know. I'm just not as high on this Cleveland team. I'm higher on the Red Sox. I like the Red Sox in this one. But you know what? Let's if we want to take a little bit of a shot, what about Red Sox run line at plus 180?
I can only look Guardians in this game.
I know you are only looking Guardians.
Okay. I thought you were saying that like
if I take a shot, no, I'm not putting it on the site. Okay. If I take a shot in this game, might as well get some big plus money. I think the Red Sox could win this one by multiple runs.
Fair.
Cleveland, no. Cleveland, first 5, no. Same game parlay, Detroit money line in the under.
Yeah, I could see it.
Sure. Everyone loves them Sox yesterday, and the pitcher data is trying to rob us again. Round 2. So you're on the opposite side again. All right. Let's go to a team that's getting hot right now, Nick.
Yeah, we have the New York Mets. They're taking on the Pittsburgh Pirates in this game. The Mets minus 120 favorites, total of 7.5 in this spot. Let's take a look at the line history in this one here. Line opened up with the Mets as minus 127 favorites. It's plummeted down to a minus 107 though. So we've had a move towards the Pirates, a big one here. Line opened up at a 8. It's down to a 7.5. So we do have a movement towards the under here as well, which I kind of like this under. Let's get into it here. We have 38% of tickets, 76% of cash on the Mets, but yet the line moving towards the Pirates, which is confusing. Even though it looks like the public is on the Pirates, but the books are showing no fear towards the sharp money, which is weird, which is going to keep me off of the side in this game. As for the total, we have nothing for the total here in this spot, which I kind of want this under. We have Jared Jones and Jose Quintana in this pitching matchup here. This will be Jared Jones's fourth appearance. He's given up 8 earned runs on 15 hits, 2 walks. That's one thing that I've really liked about Jared Jones is he doesn't walk many batters. In 6 1/3, 6 innings, and 5 2/3. So he pitches past the 5th inning, which is nice, and he doesn't walk batters. And he's striking out 8, 7, and 10 against the Phillies, the Orioles, and the Marlins. So he's faced decent lineups. Jose Quintana coming in off of a nice start in his last one there, where he did go up against the Atlanta Braves. He was really good up into the 5th inning where he gave up those 3 earned runs, but 3 earned runs in 5 1/3 against that Braves lineup. That was in that 16-4 win. And then previous to that, he'd given up all 3 earned runs on 11 hits, 6 walks, and if I can do math in my head, and 10 1/3 innings pitched previous to that. So Jose Quintana is one of those pitchers where you'll be like, he's not the sexy pitcher. He's not going to blow you away with velocity. He's not going to strike out a lot of batters. But you'll look up, it's the 6th inning. He's gone 5 1/3, gave up 2 earned runs. And the Mets are in this ballgame type of pitcher. And I am interested in backing Quintana. And I am interested in backing Jared Jones. And I think the best way to do that is with a first 5 under in this game. I'm seeing 4 at minus 120 on ESPN bet as the best available number. I would lean in that direction. I'm I'm going to take a little bit deeper look into this game. I'm leading in first 5 under here with Quintana.
I want to take the Mets. And I know I normally don't try to get them all that often. Because I do not bet the Mets all that often, or I don't make them official all that often. I might have a couple bucks on them each night just to watch the game. But this is a team that's really turned it around. 0-5 start to the year. Since then, now they're 500. 8-3 their last 11 games. Oh, but they played bad teams, right? No. They took a series against Cincinnati. Everybody loves Cincinnati. They took 2 out of 3 in Atlanta. Everybody freaking loves Atlanta. They took 2 out of 3 against the Kansas City Royals, who are currently in first place or second place in that division by a half a game. And now they took so far 1 away from Pittsburgh, who's one of the top teams in the National League Central. So no, they're playing good teams right now, and they're winning games. And they're now doing it at home, where they started off 0-5. They're now 4-1 since. So anybody who saw the 0-5 start and started fading the Mets, oh wow, ouch. I like Jose Quintana. He's one of those pitchers, as you mentioned, that's going to eat your innings. 5 1/3, 5 2/3, 4 2/3. And the 4 2/3 was 85 pitches against the Milwaukee Brewers on opening day. So you could expect him to go at least 5 innings. And I like the Mets in this one. I can get him at -107 on sports betting. So bet online. Give me Jose Quintana and the New York Mets to keep it rolling. The vibes are good in New York.
Yeah, that the market's what ended up keeping me off the Mets, because I think this is a decent number for the Mets. It's just I don't understand why the line's moving away from them with the money coming in on them.
All good. Let's go back to the chat. Over 7.5. I don't know if I would go over. These two pitchers are kind of solid. Nerfy.
Yeah.
Nerfy. I like Pam's going Canadians money line again. Shame on them for choking. There you go.
I'm on the Canadians.
Nerfy in the Mets game.
I could definitely see it. I like Jared Jones. I do.
Let's keep going on. We're just speaking about this Kansas City Royals team.
Yeah, they're -190 road favorites against the White Sox. Total of 7.5 in this game. Let's take a look at the line history in this spot here, where we have Brady Singer versus James Cannon.
Jonathan Cannon.
Jonathan Cannon.
Making his major league debut. Hold on, I'll go look him up for you.
Appreciate it. Line opened up at a 175. It's up to a 185 for the Kansas City Royals. Line opened up in an 8.5 -105. It's now at 8.5 -101. Let's take a look here as we have the Red Hot Royals getting 83% of the tickets, but only 38% of the cash. So the public on the Royals, but the line moving towards the Royals. 50-50 split on the side on the total in this game here. I can only look Royals in this spot, even though the public is on them. I mean, I'm tired of falling for the for the White Sox. One thing that'll probably keep me off the Royals is Brady Singer's looked awesome this year. He's gotten 18 in the third innings pitched. He's given up 2 earned runs on 10 hits, 4 walks, and 18 strikeouts. They've won all 3 of his starts. One thing that makes me a little bit worried about this start for Brady Singer, though, he faced the Twins, the White Sox, and the Astros in Kauffman. This is his first game away from home. Granted, a great opponent to face in his first game away from home. Jonathan Cannon making his MLB debut. I'll let you break down what you have to break down about him here. I think I'm going to stay off this game, but it's Royals or nothing for me.
Jonathan Cannon was drafted by the Chicago White Sox in the 3rd round of the 2022 MLB June amateur draft out of the University of Georgia. So he played in the SEC, although the University of Georgia wasn't all that good. He had some solid starts. Obviously, he didn't really get to play much in 2020 in there, but he's played a little bit throughout, but his ERA has been kind of shaky, anywhere from 3.5 to almost 6 throughout the last 3 seasons. So he's been kind of meh. If I'm going after anything in this game, I want to continue to ride Kansas City. This is a White Sox team that is 2-14 this year. Not a team I'm interested in going after. It would be Kansas City run line or nothing. The only problem is that they're playing on the road, which means the run line is going to be juicy. Minus 110 road run line is the best I can find. It'd be leaning towards Kansas City, but with a pitcher making his major league debut, and it's like AL Central versus AL Central, not a game I need to go after. If you're going to go after it, 2.5 at plus 140, not a bad price. Royals minus 1.5. I don't hate that either. I'm not betting it, but that would be the only way I can lean. Let's go to this one, Nick.
Yeah, the San Diego Padres minus 125 favorites against the Milwaukee Brewers, total of 8.5 in this game. Padres have looked good, which is one thing that I was talking up the Padres heading into this season, and it was a situational spot for me last night betting against them, which obviously did not go off very well in that game. We have Dylan Cease versus Wade Miley, with the line opening up at a minus 110. It's up to a 119 for the Padres now, and line opening up at an 8.5 and minus 110, and not moving there for the total in this game. 64% of tickets, 90% of cash coming in on the Padres. Line moving towards the Padres. So we do have market respect towards the Padres here, about 10-cent line movement towards them. 54% of tickets, 81% of cash is on the over in this game, and the line had not moved at all on the total here in this one. Dylan Cease and Wade Miley. Dylan Cease making his 4th appearance of the season. He has looked decent. He's gone 16 and 2/3 innings pitched. He's given up 4 runs on 8 hits, 6 walks, and 20 strikeouts. He's faced the Cubs and he faced the Giants twice. It was the Cubs at home and the Giants twice, one in San Fran, one in San Diego. On the flip side, Wade Miley, he's pitched 1 game so far this year. He gave up 1 earned run on 1 hit, 2 walks, no strikeouts, and 4 innings pitched against the Cincinnati Reds in a 7-2 win for Milwaukee. In this game, for me, I think the pitching advantage does go towards the San Diego Padres in this spot here. Also, if you look, don't look now, but this Milwaukee Brewers team, 10-5 on the year, so they've done pretty well. They're 9-1 to the over in their last 10 games. 7-3, 6-4, 11-5, 11-1, 7-2, 9-5, 10-8, 12-4. The only game they went under was a 5-3 game against the Mariners, which was a total of a 9, and 6-5. This has been an over galore team in the Milwaukee Brewers. Who would have had that? Who would have had the Brewers as a over team? I'm interested in the Padres in this game, though. I'm going to move on the Padres in this spot. And if you look at I know we're, April 16th, but the Padres are a game behind the Dodgers. The Dodgers are 11-8 this year. They're very underwhelming. So I'm going to be on the San Diego Padres here. I'm getting minus 125 on Bet365. I'm going to move on them there.
I was thinking the opposite way. I like Wade Miley. I know he was one of our cash cows last year, and I think he's going to be another cash cow this year. If I remember right, he was one of the more profitable pitchers in baseball last year. So far, your most profitable pitcher in baseball, Nick? Jose Barrios.
He's been awesome this year.
4-0, up 3.89 units. Let's see who's dead last so far. Dead last is Striplin for Oakland. Okay, you're down 4 units betting him. Anyways, I just wanted to look that up. Anyway, let's look up 2023 in the regular season because I remember seeing him a bunch. I guess not. Did he fall down the list? Oh, that was wins. Never mind. Hold on. Here's money. Wade Miley, number 5. I knew he was up there because it was Kramer, Patrick Corbin, Tajon Walker, Abbott, and Miley. And then Adrian Hauser was up there too. I kind of lean towards this Brewers team. I I like the squad. Obviously, I have divisional ticket on them from pre-Patrick Corbin. I have World Series ticket on them from pre-Corbin Burns. But I would go Brewers in this one. Brewers money line smash spot.
No.
I feel like the Brewers beat the Padres tomorrow with Peralta pitching. Could. Is first 5 Rangers money line a good pick? I like Detroit.
I like Detroit
today. Yesterday, DK offered Brewers team total over 1.5 first 5, and I wanted it over 2.5. They got 3 runs, 5, 3 runs. They hit 3 runs plus runs first 5 almost every game. They've been consistently hitting, which was one of the big things I was concerned about with them.
That's why they've been an over team.
Nick, let's go to this one.
Yeah, we have the Atlanta Braves and the Houston Astros minus 115 for the Braves, total of 9.5 in this game. We have Hunter Brown and Ronaldo Lopez in this one here. Line opened up with the Braves as minus 120 favorites. It's down to a 116. So we've had a slight move towards Houston in this game. Line opened up at a 10. It's down to a 9.5, expecting Hunter Brown to bounce back and pitch well. We have 75% of tickets and 61% of the cash is on the over, and the line moving towards the under. And we have 88% of the tickets are on the Braves, and the line moving towards the Astros in this game here. And the Astros have been very underwhelming to start the year, and I'm well aware of that. I would like to back Hunter Brown to bounce back. Let's get into what these two pitchers have done here as of late. Ronaldo Lopez has kind of pitched himself into the 5th spot of this rotation, especially with Spencer Strider being out and not really much else. I mean, nobody's real else around him has really stepped up to try to take that spot away, whether it's AJ Smith-Shawver or if it's Bryce Edler or if it's Alan Winans or if it's whoever. Just they don't have that 5th starter, and they're gonna need Lopez to go out there to eat innings, and that's exactly what he's done. He's gone 12 innings in his first 2 starts. He's given up 1 earned run on 7 hits, 5 walks, 11 strikeouts in those games, where he faced the Mets and he faced the White Sox, though, which the Mets lineup scored late in that game. They did not get to him early. Hunter Brown's coming in off of his worst start of his MLB career. He gave up 9 earned runs on 11 hits, 1 walk, no strikeouts in 0.2 innings. He got blown up against the Royals. He gave up 5 earned runs on 8 hits, 4 walks, 3 strikeouts in 3 innings in his previous start against the Rangers. What's similar between both those games, though? They were both away from Minute Maid Park, where he generally pitches better. In his only game in Minute Maid this year, he went 4 innings, but gave up no earned runs on 4 hits, 2 walks, 5 strikeouts. So he pitched well at home the one time he did pitch at home here. And this Braves bullpen, I think, is the only positive part of their pitching this year, other than maybe Ronaldo Lopez. And they're going to address it at the deadline. They better address it at the deadline if they want to compete in October. This Braves pitching staff, especially the starting pitching staff, sucks. Especially after losing Spencer Strider. Max Fried has not been great this year. When probably your best pitchers so far this year have been Ronaldo Lopez and Charlie Morton, that's a problem. I'm gonna move here on the Astros. I'm gonna move on them first 5 here, though. I only want him first 5 innings where I can get him plus 102 on FanDuel in the first 5. I think the bullpen advantage can kick in late for these Atlanta Braves because the bullpen is the only part of the Braves that I'm really worried about, like going up against them. And even then, they've been kind of shaky this year, but Fangraphs has them as the 3rd-rated bullpen in baseball. I like this. I like this first 5 spot for the Astros, and I know not a lot of people are going to agree with it because everybody's going to see the Braves at this cheap price and the Astros struggling and think, let's go bat the Braves. I think the Astros win the first 5 here.
I mean, didn't everybody say the same thing last game? And the Braves ended up taking care of business. It's a pick 'em for a reason. It's in Houston, and Houston's still a good team. They're off to an awful start, but they're still a good team. and we'll see that later on that they will bounce back. They'll be a playoff team this year.
Yep, they will.
As much as I would love to see the Braves lose, I don't think they do. Ronaldo Lopez has looked fine this year. He's looked good this year. 1 earned run in 12 innings, 11 strikeouts. He was part of that loss against the Chicago White Sox, but Lopez has looked solid. Hunter Brown has not. And do I expect him to bounce back? No, I don't really do. This is a guy that had a really he did really well in 2022 through 7 appearances. Everybody was super high on him, and then he had a dog shit year last year, and he's off to a really rough start this year. I can't back him right now until he proves to me otherwise. So it would be a lean towards the Braves.
Fair, and I understand the look towards the Braves because there's such a cheap price. I understand people looking towards them.
Braves money line smash shot, way better lineup. Yep. Is there any book besides DK to bet team total under first 5? Yeah, a lot of books here.
First 5, I don't know as much.
Oh, I bet huge on Braves first 5 -0.5. Even money. Hope I luck out. Over 9.5. I think books keep thinking Houston is good, like the New Jersey Devils. No.
I would compare.
Robert, they're going to be the Edmonton Oilers. Where they are one of the worst teams. And for a minute, the Sharks were ahead of the Oilers. Well, for a minute, the A's were ahead of the A's are currently ahead of the Astros.
Yep.
Don't worry, we'll look in the middle of June, and the Astros would have won 12 in a row, and they'll be rolling. So we're not worried about them right now. This is another game, Nick, that I like both of these teams, which sucks.
Yeah, I only like one of these teams. I'm not high on the other one, which Arizona's 8-9 to start the year. It's a little bit of a slow start for them as well, which I'm kind of okay. Looking at my bold predictions, I kind of want to go back and take a look at it because Arizona's off to a slow start. Arizona's off to a slow start. I want to see bold takes heading into the season. Was the Astros win the most regular season games? That was trash. Dodgers win the division by less than 5 games. They're only up 1 right now. Royals win the Central. Mike Trout wins MVP. The Cubs make it to the NLCS. The Padres and the Mets make the playoffs. The Rangers and the Diamondbacks miss the playoffs, and the Orioles win only 84 games. They're looking decent, those little hot takes at the moment.
You're 2 weeks in.
We're 2 weeks in, but they're off to decent starts, and it's better they're off to decent starts than getting completely blown out in the first week. But this line opened up at a -120 for the Diamondbacks. It's down to a 119. Line opened up at a 9.5. It's now to a 10. So we've had to move towards the over. We've had to move toward a 1 cent line movement towards the Cubbies. 80% of the tickets, 99% of the cash on the over. Moving the line makes sense. 79% of the tickets and 92% of the cash is coming in on the Diamondbacks, and the line moving towards the Cubs. And I know a lot of people will love to try to fade this guy. We have Kyle Hendricks on the mound, who has looked terrible this year. 17 earned runs in 12 2/3 innings pitched. He's struck out 8 batters. He's given up 26 hits and only walked 4, though. He doesn't walk many batters, but he's given up a lot of hits. Tommy Henry on the other side has faced the Rockies twice and then had the Braves sandwiched in there, which he pitched well against the Braves. 2 earned runs on 6 hits, 2 walks, 5 strikeouts, and 5 innings pitched. That was the first -300 fade of the year, where they won the first 5 but lost the full game in extra innings. He's given up 9 earned runs and 16 hits with 7 walks and 14 innings pitched. And he's has 15 strikeouts on the year as well. This market movement tells me over. I mean, the big bets and all that's coming on the over, which I understand because both these pitchers have not looked particularly great. And with all the big bets and all the everything coming in on the Diamondbacks, the line's moving a penny towards the Cubs. I'm a big Cubs believer, and I need to move on futures on the Cubs. I need to do it. I just need to just bet it because a week ago, they're 14-1 and 28-1. I don't know what they are now. They win the NL Central this year. And you give me Cubbies pitching versus Braves or Dodgers pitching, I'll take the Cubs all day long. Their bullpen's better. Their starters are better. So I truly believe the Cubs are alive to beat the Dodgers or the Braves in the playoffs when it comes to that. And I'm going to double down on the Cubs here today. I'm going to take a money line, and I'm going to take plus 108 on FanDuel for the money line, and I'm going to shop around here for a team total over. I think they get to Henry, and this will be my best way of being able to keep Kyle Hendricks out of the equation, which I'm just going to go over the FanDuel for this team total for it here. Because I team totals are the only thing I can't really shop around on for whatever reason. They only give me $2. One's Pinnacle, one's Caesar bet stamp for that. So Cubbies money line at plus 108. I would like to continue to bet against the Diamondbacks. I think the Diamondbacks are a better version of the Marlins this year. Hear me out on this one, Tim. Recency bias. I think you're going to make money betting against this team because of recency bias last year. Because the Diamondbacks had a nice little run to the World Series last year, and now I think they're the fourth best team in their division. So I'm on the Cubs plus 108, and I'm going to get the team total here in a second.
If you like the team total over, can I interest you in the over in general? Because I think Hendricks gets hit as well. All right, good. We got another play. Because I think Hendricks gets smashed. And he has not looked good to start off the year, and I don't think he's going to show it here on the road against a Arizona team that can hit. I like this Arizona team's offense. I think we see a bunch of runs in this game on both sides. I would lean more towards Arizona. So I know we haven't really been agreeing on any plays so far. But I'm in terms of sides, but I like the over in this game. I see a lot of runs.
Yep, I got Cubs money line plus 108 on FanDuel and going right back to FanDuel for the team total over just because I didn't feel like going with other books because I don't know. Team total over 4.5 minus 132 over on FanDuel as well.
D-backs money line. Cubs pitchers about to get smashed. I just hope to see both pitchers get smashed. Let's keep rolling, Nick. We did well in this game last night.
Yeah, Seattle Mariners and the Cincinnati Reds. The Mariners minus 130 favorites with a total of 7.5 in this game. Let's take a look at the line history in this spot here between Logan Gilbert and Hunter Green. We have this line opened up at a minus 127. It's down to a 125 for Seattle. So we have a 2-cent line movement towards Cincinnati in this game. Line opened up at a 7.5. It's down to a 7. So we've had a line move towards the under here as well, which is kind of interesting there with two pitchers that I kind of like, Hunter Green and Logan Gilbert, which I believe if you look at the top 15 pitchers in average velocity, there are only two pitchers that are not injured right now that are in the top 15 in total velocity. Hunter Green and Grayson Rodriguez. Those are your two pitchers that average in the top 15 in velocity and are not injured right now. Let's get into the pitching matchup here. This will be Hunter Green's fourth appearance. They are 0-3 in his starts. He has given up 9 earned runs in 16 and 2/3 innings pitched, 14 hits on 6 walks, and 22 strikeouts. He's faced he's faced the Brewers, he's faced the Mets, he's faced the Nationals, all at home. This is his first start away from Great American Ballpark. And on the flip side, Logan Gilbert, he has looked solid this year. He has pitched in 20 and a third innings pitched, 6 earned runs on 14 hits and 23 strikeouts, 14 3 walks. So he doesn't walk many batters. He's looked good. It does worry me that this is Hunter Green's first start away from home. Looking at the cash flow in this game, which I forgot to touch on, 55% of tickets and 91% of the cash is on the Reds, which explains the line move towards the Reds. 36% of tickets, 99% of the cash is on the under. Line moving towards the under. I can only look under in this game, but this is not a game I'm going to get involved with.
I like Logan Gilbert. I really like I like his stuff. I think that the line movement, everybody just loves the Reds. And I know Seattle won last night, but there's no way the Reds lose 2 in a row, right? Everybody loves them. How can they? Seattle's going to be a good team this year. Let's shake off those cobwebs, because I know a lot of people are thinking that they are off to a bad start. They're not good. They split a series against Boston, fine. Lost a series against Cleveland. You see what Cleveland's been doing this year. Lose a series in Milwaukee, lose a series in Toronto, lose a series to Chicago. So they haven't won a series yet. This could be the first time they win a series this year. And I see them doing it, and they're 7-10. I like Seattle in this one. I can find them at minus 125. I'll roll with my boy Logan Gilbert. Solid stuff. Seattle minus 125.
Good luck. I lean under in this game. I'm not getting to it though.
I lean back and forth. Cubs money line. Nah, Cubs get smashed. Untouchable already knows that we make money on the Orioles this year. Mariners run line. Sure, I like it. Nerfy, DMV, parlay, O's and caps. No Nationals or Patrick Corbin Day?
There are the Nationals, and it's Patrick Corbin.
It's Patrick Corbin. Mariners, first 5 run line. Sure. Let's go. We got 2 games left, and I think I want to make my card ugly to end the night.
Oh, boy. You're really going to go back to the Oakland A's?
I might.
St. Louis Cardinals, minus 150 favorites, total of 8 in this game against the Oakland A's. Good old Lance Lynn taking on JP Sears. Line open up at a 145. It's down to a 139 now for the St. Louis Cardinals. So we've had a move towards the Oakland Athletics here in this spot. Line open up at a minus 105. It's now a minus 113. So we've moved towards the over, and we've had a move towards the Athletics. We do have 72% of the tickets are on the Athletics on this game. 80% of the tickets, 96% of the cash is on the run line for the Cardinals, though. And the line moving towards the Athletics. 62% of the tickets are on the over in this game. Line moving slightly towards the over in this spot. We have JP Sears and Lance Lynn. Lance Lynn has, other than his start, this is weird, other than his start against the Marlins, has looked good. And his other 2 starts, the Phillies and the Dodgers. He went to Chavez Verveen and gave up no earned runs on 4 hits, 1 walk, and 5 strikeouts in 4 innings pitched against the Dodgers. He followed that up with 4 earned runs on 8 hits, 1 walk, 7 strikeouts, and 4 2/3 against the Marlins before giving up no earned runs on 1 hit, 4 walks, 6 strikeouts, and 5 innings pitched against the Phillies. And in that game, he's gotten no decisions in all 3 of his appearances there. JP Sears, on the flip side, he finally had a good outing in his last start. He went 6 1/3 strong innings, no earned runs on 1 hit, 3 walks, 5 strikeouts against the Texas Rangers in Texas in that 1-0 win. Previous to that, he'd given up 9 earned runs in 12 hits, 3 walks, and 9 1/3 innings pitched between the Tigers and the Guardians. So he finally had his first good start in this one and his last start. And I think JP Sears is the best pitcher on this rotation for the Oakland A's, other than maybe Blackburn. And damn it, I'm going to take him first 5. Oakland A's first 5. I do not trust the Oakland A's full game, but this Oakland A's team, they've been better this year. And I said that heading into the year, this team's going to win 60 baseball games, which is going to put them over their 100 and put them over their 57.5 win total in this game or for this season. So I'm going to take them only first 5 here. I'm getting plus 110 for it.
Ride the waves. I know they cost me a decent sized parlay last night, which it is what it is. But I like the Oakland Athletics in this matchup. I'm not a fan of Lance Lynn. I think he gets hit eventually. I know everybody will see him coming off of a fantastic start against the Phillies, a rough start against Miami, but this is Lance Lynn that I just do not trust. And if there's a pitcher on the staff that I trust the most, although his first 2 games were rough, he had a really good start his last time out, is JP Sears and Paul Blackburn. But getting the Athletics at a short number, I got plus 129 at home. That's fine. I'm going to ride the wave with the Oakland Athletics tonight, Nick. Let's get it.
Good luck.
Back to the chat.
Yeah. Where do you leave off?
Chose 5.
Pitt's money line. No. I leaned under in that game. A's first 5 money line and full game. I stick to the first 5 with them, but yeah. LOL. I didn't see the Nationals on the kiosk for some reason. That's because the Dodgers have an undecided pitcher, and we'll get into that game next game.
How can we bet it if we don't know who the pitcher is?
We'll get into it. Well, for me, it's pretty simple. I bet against the Dodgers every game, and they're flirting that minus 300 range, even though we don't have an announced pitcher for them. Lance Lynn is trash. He's a big boy. Yeah. I'll put on the app and hope for a big bang. Happy Patrick Corbin Day. Capitals, Nationals, Orioles. How about a Washington parlay with the Caps and the Nats? I kind of like that. I'm just taking the Nerfy again for this. Fair. And we'll get into the last game of the night. The Los Angeles Dodgers and the Washington Nationals in this game. I do not have a number for this game on Bet Online. I do have a number for this game on DraftKings. The line opened up at a 258. It's up to a 285 now, so we're flirting with this minus 300 range. Line opened up at a minus 110. It's up to a 9 at minus 110. It's now a 9.5 minus 102. So we've had a movement towards the over. We've had a movement towards the Dodgers here in this game. No cash flow in this game. 71% of the tickets are on the over, and that's all we've got for this game. And here's what I'm going to do for this game. I'm going to bet the Nationals. I'm going to bet the Nationals in this game. However, I'm going to wait. I learned this yesterday. I didn't do it yesterday, and I regret not doing this yesterday. I will be adding the Nationals later in the day. I have a feeling this line is only going to go up because there's no way the Dodgers lose again. Even though, don't look now, the Dodgers have lost 4 of their last 5 games. They lost the series against the Padres. They lost the last game against the Twins, and they lost the first game against the Nationals here. I'm going to be on the Nationals here. That is, I will promise you guys, I will be on the Nationals. The only question is if it hits minus 300, because if it hits minus 300, it's first 5 full game. If it doesn't, it's just the full game for me. That's what I'm going to sit back and wait for, is whether or not the Dodgers are going to hit that $3 mark on this game and see who's pitching for the Dodgers. Obviously, it is our favorite pitcher for the Washington Nationals. It's Patrick Corbin Day, which I know a lot of people are going to be like, oh, let's just take the Dodgers minus 8.5 or whatever. But especially after the Dodgers lost just last game. He's not been good. Patrick Corbin, 15 earned runs in 16 innings pitched, 10 strikeouts, 27 hits, 4 walks. But for me, I would like to see if this hits minus 300 or not. And that's just I'm going to be on the Nationals. That's just going to determine whether it's just full game Nationals if it doesn't hit minus 300, or first 5 full game Nationals if it does hit minus 300. So I will be on the Nationals. I promise you guys that. I'm just not having on them yet because I'm not going to make the same mistake I did yesterday where I only got plus 290 instead of plus 310.
Last chance on Corbin Day. Plus 242. I took the Nationals. They're up already. We're taking a big shot at the end of the night. This Dodger team is struggling right now. And it's only going to take a couple more of these kind of stretches. Their win total was what, 108?
103 and a half.
103 and a half.
104 and a half on some books.
It's only going to take a couple more of these stretches to completely take that out of the mix. So this is, I know this was a team that was very hyped coming into the year. Like, people are talking that this is going to be the best team in history. No, it's
totally.
Nationals plus 242.
I might also, and here's, I would like to see who the pitcher is for the Dodgers tonight as well, because I want to take a look at what this line would be on BetMGM. I'm gonna probably take the Nationals team total over as well.
My best guess is it's a bullpen game if they haven't established a pitcher yet.
And if it's that, I love it. I love it even more.
I'm just taking the Nerfy again. Okay. You guys need to watch Moneyball. Great, good movie about the A's.
I've
you
seen
know why,
it.
Nick? You know why?
They get on base.
Fernando, we've seen it. Mackey is my favorite Nats pitcher. Corbin is the most profitable Nats pitcher. He was last year. He definitely was last year. But that is. Oh wait. Oh, sorry. That's all for baseball. 2 games left, Nick.
Yeah, let's get into the play-in games. Let me switch over my numbers, my line history and stuff like that from the MLB to the NBA here, where we have the Los Angeles Lakers in New Orleans to take on these Pelicanos in this game here. We're seeing Pelicans as 1-point favorites with a total of 225 in this game. The line's gone down a little bit too. It's gone down to a 2. All right, let's take a look at the line history here, where it opened up at -1. We're seeing -1.5 now for the Pelicans, which I will go over the money line history as well in this game. Line opened up at a 228.5, and it's plummeted down to a 224. I kind of see this game as an under game a little bit here, but let's get into the money line real quick. New Orleans opened up as -112 favorites. It's now up to a -125. So we've had a movement towards the New Orleans Pelicans in this game here, and we've had a movement towards the under. 25% of the tickets and 69% of the cash is on the under in this game, which makes me very interested in unders. I'm interested in unders in these playoff games. I just am. And I can only look under in this game. 34% of the tickets and 93% of the cash is on the spread for the Pelicans. The lines move towards the Pelicans. 59% of the tickets, 88% of the cash is on the money line for the Lakers. The lines move towards the Pelicans.
So it's 50-50.
Huh?
So it's about 50-50 because nobody's betting the money line for the Pelicans and everybody's betting the money line.
On the Pelicans money line. The bigger and then big bets are on the Lakers money line. Our spread for the Pelicans here.
Yep.
I'm going to move on New Orleans in this game, and I'm going to move on them here. I'm getting -115 on Bet Online or ESPN Bet -115 New Orleans Pelicans. And for the playoffs in the NBA, I'm just going to go 1 unit plays. I'm going to stop with these 0.6 unit plays in the NBA now that they actually care and things along those lines. I will take the Pelicanos here on the money line.
Already on the Pelicans. Pelicans will win this game. The true winner of this game will be the Lakers because they'll have a chance to go after the 8th seed, and then they don't have to play the Nuggets in the first round because I know they're scared of them. No, this is a Pelicans team. I think they take care of business at home. If this was in LA, different story. I think I would be on the Lakers.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Considering that this is a Lakers team that was really, really good at home and garbage on the road. I think Pelicans take it, get the 7th seed, and then get swept by the Nuggets.
Yeah. -115 here.
What's up, my guys? I got 109. What's up, my guys? Let's get it. Let's cash today. Hit the like button. People, show some appreciation, subscribe, and share. Teme, you know, it's the rest of the same, my dog. Yeah. We get some playing games. Season's going to end for your Road Warriors tonight. Pelicans, money line. Let's get it. And Marcos came in time. Marcus came just in time for this game, Nick.
Yeah, we have the Golden State Warriors and the Sacramento Kings minus 2.5 for the Warriors, total 223.5 in this game. Let's take a look at the line history in this spot here, where it opened up at a 1.5. It got all the way up to a 3.5, and there's been some buyback, and Sacramento's come back to a 2 in this game. So we've had basically no line movement here in this game. Line opened up at a 227. And it's gone all the way down to a 223. So we're going to see movements towards the unders. If you like unders in these playoff games, bet them now. Like bet them as early as possible, because 41% of tickets, 89% of cash on the under in this game. Line moving towards the under. The public is in love with these Golden State Warriors today. 88% of the tickets and 92% of the cash is on the Warriors spread. 80% of the tickets and 95% of the cash is on the Warriors money line, and the line's not really moved. If anything, there's been buyback on these Kings. And when we look at this matchup here, I get it. Everybody loves Curry. Everybody loves the Warriors. This has been a Kings team that's kind of been underwhelming this year. They still made the playoffs, but they're in the play-in games for a reason. They're the 9 seed. And for me, I think there's value here on the Sacramento Kings. I think the wrong team is favored in this game. I was shocked to see the Warriors favored in this spot. My bad. I was not shocked to see the Warriors favored in this spot. Yesterday, everybody in America, yesterday was tax day. Well, apparently the NBA delayed that one game because we have the Warriors tax tonight, because you get the Curry name in the playoffs. And that's why they're laying a number rather than getting a number like they should be. Because this game should be Kings -1, -1.5 range. This should not be plus money. I should not be staring at plus 120 on DraftKings for the Sacramento Kings tonight, which I will be on. So give me Sacramento here at plus 120 in this game. So I'll be on the Pelicans and the Kings to kick off my NBA playoffs.
That's nice that you copied my card.
I followed the market.
I bet them last night. Kings money line plus 132. This is strictly just a. I do not believe in this Warriors team. Yeah, they're 25-15 on the road this year. Good job. You're winning games on the road. And everybody might look at that one. Wow, they well, actually no, some teams actually have 40, right? Because everybody played. Okay, they were short a game. That's right. They had a game that got canceled. I like the Kings in this matchup. I think the Kings get the 8 seed. So I'm just gonna ride with that. Let's give me the Kings to take care of business in this one. Warriors come out and play for one more night and then lose. Kings better not wet the bed like the LA Kings last night. No, they won't. They won't. That is all the games for today. Once again, I also have my college baseball scrolling across the bottom. So if you guys are interested in that, that's also on my Twitter. We'll quickly switch the background because bang. If you guys are new to the channel, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, share, do all that good stuff. Appreciate all the support. Check out all links in the description below. Those are the important ones that are above Nick's head. YouTube, Twitter, TikTok, Instagram. All of them are posting stuff every single day. So make sure you guys are following all of those links in the description down below. If you guys are interested in becoming a member of the YouTube channel, I just posted out the entire card for today. It's $5.99 a month, 16 cents a day. And that's where you can go. Because I know some people can't sit and watch the entire 2-hour show. So it's the entire card that we talk about here. Obviously not including my college baseball, but the entire card that we talk about here. So it's up there as well. Recap for today. For me, nothing in hockey as per usual. In the MLB, I like the Tigers this morning. Baltimore every day. San Francisco Giants. The LA Angels. I like the Red Sox today. I like the Mets today. I lean Royals run line, but I'm probably not going to get to it. I like Milwaukee. I kind of like the Braves today over in the Diamondbacks game. Seattle, Oakland, Washington, and then for the playoffs, New Orleans and Sacramento. And then, of course, college baseball today will include Old Dominion plus 185 versus Virginia. UNC minus 1.5 in their game. I don't remember entirely who they have. I know Campbell's got NC State today, so I took that. I got Kansas State. Louisville's against South Carolina. Louisville's against Kentucky. Sela is against ULL. Oklahoma State's against Dalbap. Creighton's against Nebraska. Missouri State's against Missouri. And then Arizona's riding an 11-game winning streak, so I'm going to ride them. Nick?
Yeah. In the NHL, we are rocking with the Columbus Blue Jackets team total over 2.5 at plus 105 and the full game over 6 at minus 110. I'm on the Montreal Canadiens at plus 145. I'm on the Washington Capitals at plus 122. I'm on the over 5.5 Capitals and Flyers at minus 120. I'm on the Florida Panthers minus 1. In the MLB, I'm on the Texas Detroit first 5 under 4.5. I'm on Minnesota Baltimore first 5 under 4.5 as well. Minus 120 on ESPN bet for the Detroit game, and minus 113 on FanDuel. I forgot to mention the books for that. I'll touch back on that with the hockey as well. San Francisco Giants minus 130 on DraftKings. Los Angeles Angels plus 120 on Bet365. Toronto Blue Jays minus 112 on FanDuel. San Diego Padres minus 125 on Bet365. Houston Astros first 5 plus 102 FanDuel. Chicago Cubs plus 108 FanDuel. Chicago Cubs team total over 3.5 minus 132 FanDuel. And then the Oakland A's plus first 5 plus 110 Bet365. I will be adding the Washington Nationals. I want to see what that line does. The Blue Jackets team total was MGM, as well as the full game over was MGM. Montreal Canadiens was Bet365. The Capitals was FanDuel. The over in the Capitals was DraftKings. Panthers minus 1 is Caesars. And then to end the night, in the NBA, the New Orleans Pelicans minus 115 on ESPN Bet, and the Sacramento Kings plus 120 on DraftKings.
Right. Over in Vancouver, under in the Leafs. Good luck to you, Untouchable. That's going to do it for this edition of the Earle Sports Bet Show. We'll be back tomorrow with another one. Where's the button? There it is. Peace out, guys.